Insect pest communities and bulk stored products typically involve more than 15 species on different trophic levels, and such community complexity makes insect control a very challenging task, as most tactics show varying levels of efficacy against different target species. However, the Indian meal moth is the only major insect pest in stored unprocessed peanuts in the USA. In recent years, mycotoxins have been detected in different types of processed food products containing peanuts. Although there are no reports suggested that these food contaminants occurred prior to processing, peanut shellers and warehouse managers are facing increased public pressure concerning quality control and that there is a strong demand for effective early detection of emerging moth infestations in stored peanuts and other food facilities. According to the American Peanut Council, most of the United States peanuts production is consumed domestically, mainly as either roasted peanuts, peanut butter, or as peanuts and candy bars.
I'm Kyle Hord. I'm the Area Procurement Manager for West Texas for Golden Peanut Company. I cover the area from Littlefield down to Seminole, over to Lamesa, and then kind of cut back across through Lubbock. Just kind of a big triangle there. That's probably 75% of our growing area in the southwest region. Fumigation with a phosphotoxin or fumitoxin type product is our last resort. One reason is that the phosphotoxin tablets we've used in the past, they are flammable when they get wet. So if to control the fumes, sometimes we have put a tarp or a plastic covering over the peanuts and then put the tablets under there, and then once those tablets activate when they're exposed to the oxygen or just the atmosphere that activates the tablet, that gas will stay under that tarp and go in there. And what that does when you do it on a warmer day and expect cooler temperatures the next day, you'll get a sweat condensation inside that tarp, and it'll drip onto those tablets and cause them to flare up. And we have lost some peanuts to fire damage because of that. And so that's why we are looking at preventative or more feasible tactics to control insects without having to use the phosphotoxin tablets or pellets of any kind. It's a last resort. We typically hire someone to do a fumigation now, and it's very expensive. And it, like I said, we want to know that that's going to be worth it before we do that or before we agree to fumigate a warehouse.
Water has been documented as highly attractive to stored product moths. Here we present the first performance data on water bottles as monitoring devices. On average, water bottles caught 15 times more Indian meal moths than unbaited sticky traps, and 74 times more moths than probe traps. Damage to peanuts caused by Indian meal moth is multifold. First, developing Indian meal moth larvae feed on kernels and therefore cause direct damage, which leads to discounts. Second, Indian meal moth webbing clog up moving machinery and ventilation systems, which lead to downtime and labor-intensive cleaning of the equipment. Third, feeding Indian meal moth larvae produce large amounts of webbing, which may lead to favorable growth conditions for mites, molds, and a range of serious food contaminants.
Hi, I'm Brady Henson, and I'm here to talk to you about the construction of a water bottle trap designed by Dr. Christian Anson. This trap has many positive attributes. First, it's very cost efficient. All it is a recycled water bottle. Second, it is very easy to check and monitor. Also, you can pinpoint hotspots of Indian meal moths due to the fact that water is attractive over a shorter distance than pheromone traps. Also, this traps both female and male moths.
We chose this water bottle because of its small top surface to volume ratio. If the bottle was wider, then its top surface ratio would be greater, which would lead to more rapid water evaporation. One of the constraints regarding use of water as an attractant for stored product moths is that they decompose in water if left too long, and that creates an unpleasant odor and complicates identification of captured moths. Detergent can be added to the water to reduce moth decomposition without adversely affecting the trap's performance.
I will now demonstrate how to make the water bottle trap. All you will need is the recycled water bottle, a marker, and a box cutter. The first step is to take the Sharpie and make a 2 by 2 centimeter square. Make the square at the top, that way you can put the maximum amount of water in it. Once you've made the square, get your box cutter, cut the top and the two sides. Last thing, just fold the flap down. Here's your completed water bottle trap. Due to the fact that temperatures in some peanut warehouses can reach in excess of 50 degrees Celsius, water evaporation is very important to consider. If the hole in the trap is too big, you will constantly be refilling the trap with water. In a study that Dr. Nansen conducted, he found that one 2x2 centimeter hole was the best when considering water loss due to evaporation. Also, he concluded that you catch, on average, the same amount of moths with 2 holes in the bottle as you do with only 1 hole. This also helps cut down on water evaporation.